What's good with y'all? Time Flames back with another video. Today we're going to talk about Annihilape and National decks. Quite controversial topic. That's recently been on the rise, ever since its Pather being banned. So as you all know, Annihilape's the infamous fighting ghost type, with Rage Fist, a move that stacks every time the user is hit. This has caused Annihilape to force the opponent to play passively and not click a move above 100 BP, otherwise they will be punished and it will not be a fun time at all. Top it off, Define Even can boost anything, so if you, say if a Tornadus wants to defog in front of you, right, because Tornadus usually would shrug off anything Annihilape would throw at it. Annihilape will then get a 2x attack boost, taunt the Torn, and then just fist it. Rage Fist. Let me correct that. Not gonna be a fun experience then. The only Tornado set that can actually be Annihilape is MP Torn, but we'll get into that later. So, yeah. This is further bolstered by Terra. Terra Water, you take like 30 from any super effective hit that's on the special side, and that will hit you. And let me use the correct set. Most use set spread. This set is the most optimal Annihilape spread. You outspeed Golden Ghost trying to creep 2/2/2. You have a lot of special bulk, so you will be eating hits if you decide to Terra. And just in general, you're going to be quite a strong Pokemon for Terra Water. Other options like Terra Fire have been explored for their Will-O-Wisp resistance and for the Fairy and Fire resistance, improving their Heatran matchup by not being chipped down so easily. There's Terra Electric, which can beat Tornadus Therian if it's Nasty Plot or if it's just regular defensive, but trading that for a ground weakness may not be the best idea. And you have Terra Fairy and Terra Fairies. Pretty much Terra Fairy, you always appreciate a dark resist in general with King Gambit and Weavile running around. And then that's pretty much it. It sounds like I am making those seem very, very small, but do not be fooled. Terra with Annihilape is actually extremely detrimental to the opponent, because once they Terra, it's probably too late for them to even outplay. Now, I'd like to view the VR, so let's see what Annihilape beats and how it matches up. Dragapult. If Dragapult comes out, I assume you are forced to Terra either way, because Ghost Z will either be dropping on you or Shalbo will be dropping on you, and either will not be benefiting Annihilape in the slightest. You have to dump a Terra for Annihilape, which may be sort of inconsistent, but yeah, again, it is an Annihilape. It probably will kill Dragapult after it has a boost. Tornadus Therian is probably the only Pokemon on this list that can stand a chance against it, I believe, as Nasty Plot kind of just bodies anything not named Terra Electric, and you could just taunt Annihilape, forcing it to play passive instead of you benefiting yourself, allowing you to Nasty Plot and blow it away with a Z Hurricane or just a regular Hurricane. Golden Ghost has a somewhat okay matchup to Annihilape if Rage Fist is unboosted. If you manage to speed creep it, you can just Nasty Plot on it. That can be good, but I wouldn't let the bulk up stack up too fast. And once it's Terran, you kind of you're not gonna like taking that damage, even from a 50 BP Ghost move at like +3 or 4. Great Tusk does a solid job it's okay into Annihilape. Headlong Rush cleanly 2-hit KOs, even if you are +1 after you after Great Tusk, Headlong Rush is Annihilape. Even if you bulk up, you will still be dying most of the time, so it's okay. But if the Annihilape has any Rage Fist boost whatsoever, or if Great Tusk is going to go hard into Annihilape, it's not going to be good at all. Megalop and Zamazenta, I'm just going to put these two in their own category. Do not have a good matchup into Annihilape. Megalop can somewhat do something with close combat, but close combat's going to get drain punched immediately. Zamazenta, you crunch, you're doing 40, and then you're going to get bulked up on, and then get Rage Fisted, and it will not be good for you at all. Ferrothorn gets taunted into clicking Gyro Ball, Power Whip, then you just use it as complete setup fodder, so it's not even going to stand a chance. Heatran, if offensive, well, offensive is really okay. Wouldn't say that notable. kind of just get owned by Taunt. Though Magma Storm chip can be appreciated, though giving Annihilape a boost to its attacks aren't going to be good. So I recommend you Terra if you're going to Magma Storm and Annihilape anyway. You won't be trapping it though, it's a ghost type, but the chip may be helpful. King Gambit, if Annihilape is unboosted, a Sucker Punch from a King Gambit with Supreme Overlord boost may do a substantial amount of damage. Either way, Annihilape will just Drain Punch the King Gambit. If King Gambit Terra Ghost, oh well, it's getting Rage Fisted. Lander's Theory and Defiant Taunt, I don't think that amount matches up into Annihilape at all. Well, Pelipper, Mega Swampert, Terra Water, enough said. Tapu Lele with Specs can threaten Annihilape for 2 KO regardless of Terra or not, I believe. So I think that's cool. However, if it's Scarfed Lele, it could be Jover. As once it Terras, you're going to do like 40 to 45 with Scarf Psychic and like 35 with Moonblast. And then your Annihilape is going to Rage Fist you and you will not be enjoying it. Urshifu has to play mind games on whether or not Annihilape is going to Terra. If it does not Terra, you Surging Strikes it. If it does Terra, you can close combat it. Because if you Surging Strikes a Terra and Annihilape that's in like water, for example, you are not going to like that too. It would be 200, I think, yeah. 200 BP Rage Fist hitting you at all. However, Urshifu could potentially taunt it, but taunt is okay. So I don't think it's used a lot. Volcarona, I think like that Volcarona can somewhat match up well into Annihilape if the Rage Fist is unboosted. Since you could probably just Wisp it or just Quiver Dance on it to Oblivion until you're in a range where you could kill it. So I'd probably say that's an okay matchup. Annihilape via Annihilape. The Terra Mind Games, both of you guys will be wasting your Terra. And then just seeing who's going to lose the speed tie and see who's going to win the game. Dragonite. If you are like... Dragonite doesn't have a good matchup to Annihilape, I believe. Dual Wing B isn't consistent because it's going to Terra on you either way. If you're like... If you're using mixed Dragonite with like Hurricane, you could potentially Hax it, but you know, Rage Fist boost. Not going to be good. Garchomp can just Sword Stance on Annihilape and just not reward it with anything due to Rough Skin. Dragonium Z with at +2 against an Annihilape at +1 defense should do around 90 to a Oko, I believe, so that could probably be good. Gastrodon's gonna get taunted. It's Gastrodon. Iron Valiant gets Pterodon, unless you're the Thunderbolt of Coco. If it's Terra Water, but either way, Terra Fire exists too, so you could just get owned by that. Mega Scissor loses to Terra Water. It's Coco. Coco can match up well into Annihilape if it's Taunt, because you could just pivot, not U-turn or Volt Switch because you don't want to boost it. Pivot into a Pokemon that could deal with Annihilape from there, since it's crippled by a Taunt. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Pokemon the VR. Well, A- and above. Matchup to Annihilape well. Anyways, let's get into reviewing the teams about it. In fact, more so the reasons. Why would you want to ban Annihilape? No consistent counters, bar and B-Torn, and fast Toxics. Terra will circumvent any defensive problem you think it would have. And Rage Fist in general is not a fun move. The Fighting Ghost Stab combo is not fun either. Having limited counterplay too to this mod is not good. However, not to ban it is by Annihilape can be easily overwhelmed by offense and such. So I sort of agree. But if you let the Annihilape bulk up twice on offense, I feel like it's kind of over for you. And for counterplay such as Torn and Gliscor, which work really well, that's a good argument too, but that's just only 2 Pokemon that can do something against it. There's also Toxapex if the Annihilape is unboosted, which you could just spam regen on it with a mod like Torn. So like, that's pretty much the Annihilape no ban decision. And how it really isn't that. And how if you let an Annihilape boost, it's not necessarily your fault, but you may have done a little bit of bad plays, but the Annihilape usually forces the said bad plays, so I really wouldn't even blame it for that. I feel like it's just its problem. So yeah, pretty much is it. Let's look at teams of Annihilape. I would like to shout out Azrata, Sputnik, and K302 for giving me teams of Annihilape. They're pretty cool people in the community. I like them. So thank you guys. Anyways, Annihilape, you know what this thing does. Let me fix my spread. Annihilapes have been using this spread, which can outspeed or hit 254, which is minus Heatran. And you could outspeed other Annihilape in Pokemon like Gliscor, who usually run 224 or something around that range. Like 229 is what they use a lot, which is pretty cool. You could just taunt them and then just turn them to bulk up fodder. Tornadus Theory and only Annihilape counterplay. Safe Annihilape counterplay. You know what this thing does? Absolutely shreds fat and kinda does okay into offense. Gliscors are Annihilape solution. You could probably use more speed here, but I feel like this should be enough since people haven't caught on to running this much speed on Annihilape yet. Oh yeah, about this, there might be a fault in sacrificing bulk, which can be shown to the calcs. So yes, you can now speed your checks, but sacrificing your bulk sometimes won't be the best idea. King Gambit Pursuit Traps Dragapult and just owns the ghost type as a whole. Toxic specifies Toxic Spikes to make Annihilape even more broken. Heatran can just trap all the steals. So yeah, pretty simple team concept. Coco, this is HO. I assume you guys know what HO does. A Lumberry is here to prevent status from like Toxic and Wisp, which can make Annihilape even more broken, as you can then just taunt them, which is not going to be good. Now we have a cool team I like personally. It's got Annihilape, which is a Pokemon that might be good since Tornadus is everywhere. You got Lee Diancie, Urshifu with Taunt, Z Volcarona, that's a cool pick. Rocky Helmet Serp. Serp is actually slept on. An Inner Focus Annihilape. I can see how you could I don't know what Inner Focus even does. I don't see why you would not want to fight. But it's going to be flinching you that will actually be making any form of progress on you or threaten you at all. Mlop's gonna die to a Drain Punch anyways. And then this is the Terra Electric Annihilape showcase with a 283 speed Annihilape. I think this is, I don't really remember what this outsped. I remember is it hit unboosted as Pathra's speed tier, which used to hit. But I don't even think this thing would like to come into this Pathra at all. There's close combat here instead of Drain Punch though. This is offensive, so I wouldn't be that shocked that it has it. Cart's here for Swords Dance, and Cart is Kartana. Tyranitar is here for Pursuit, trapping the ghost types. However, it does not beat Golden Go, which may be a problem. It also gives us a sturdy Torn switching. Heatran Roar was used to counter his Pathra. However, I believe you can just slide and Taunt over this. Or even Terra Blast, but Terra Blast is a true niche. You have Defensive Dragonite, which is a good pick. However, I use Defensive DD instead of Defensive Default. I don't even think it would be, I don't know, Dragonite with Sand might not be the move, I feel. And Scarf Tapu Lele, I feel like Scarf Tapu Lele and Cart is always a good combo. However, the damage output from this is actually quite pitiful. Terra Fairy is a cool pick though. So, I think that kind of wraps up my opinions on Annihilape, to be honest. Just wanted to upload a quick video. I will try my best to have a consistent uploading schedule, since I've kind of just been a little busy right now. But yeah, it was good talking about Annihilape. I want y'all to leave in your comments, in the comments, your opinions on Annihilape, it should be banned or not. That's pretty much it. I'd also like to shamelessly promote my Discord server, The Burning Men. Will be in the description. You can join it for NDOU help. It's not official or endorsed in any way, but I believe it may be helpful for you with all the resources it provides you. Looking forward to make it expand, as I feel like it can help out a lot of people in the ND community. So just join it, you know? It'd be nice. So anyways, yep, you're a cool dude. Hope you have a good day. And the monkey's broken. Ban that shit. Bye now.